Hello everyone, Gumball here, and welcome back to Anno 1404 Venice, where today we're going to continue from last episode, setting up some tool making. So I've expanded quite a bit with small market buildings to give us more area for production. So we have one here, we have another one over here where the iron mine is, and I was also going over to the coal deposit when I realized that at first we used charcoal. But first we've got to set up the iron mine. So let's go to citizens and we should find the ore mine. Plonk that down there, and I think we want to go for cobblestone road. There. That'll get there faster. And I think over here as well we'll stick to the iron stuff. So we also want to set up the charcoal burner's hut, which we'll do over in the trees here. Let's see. And then we can add some road there. Let's bring that along here. There we go. And that should be able to run at 100%. Why is it only... okay. It's running at only 77% because of how far from the market building it is. Let's get rid of it. And we'll put it over here instead. We want it to have the full range. I think here's the best spot. Right there. Bring the road down in this direction. And yep, there we go. So that should start making charcoal from the trees. And we can probably plant some more. We'll just plonk them all down in that area. There, and I think when you plant them it will grow, and then you'll have more. So we have the charcoal burner's hut going here, and then we'll need an iron smelter, which we probably want as near to the I think we'll put it here in between. I'm not sure which one it has to be close to. I think it might be the market building, but it could be the ore mine instead. And then last thing we'll need is the toolmaker's workshop. There we go. So that here is just the production of tools. All of this stuff in this section. Down here we do have a stone deposit, but we are getting...
An enemy henchman is causing trouble in your settlement.
Another henchman, there he is.
We were able to act.
Always get them. And the stone deposit's doing okay. I don't know how we will refill this eventually, actually. Strange. Now, over here, we'll eventually have access to the bear's cave and the coal mine, I think, once we reach patrician level. So I'm just leaving dirt roads here since we're not needing anything much. We're also really low on tools again, so let's see how this is going. So this has so far got no ore, unless I'm mistaken. Oh no, we have 3 ore. We've managed to collect how much charcoal? 3 charcoal. That should go here. And we may eventually need a second mine or a second charcoal production. I'm not sure how much we'll be producing. It's not getting the charcoal, is it? It seems to register very slowly. There'll be no point adding a second iron smelter or toolmakers if we're not getting iron very fast. Seems like iron is the main issue. I'm not sure how fast that runs. Let's see, are you getting charcoal yet? No. Iron smelter requires coal for production. Maybe it needs to be in the range of the coal? So if I break that, grab the iron smelter and put it here. Let's rotate it. Let's see, that way. Put it halfway in the road. Oh no, that's in the range of the thing. We don't want that. Let's bring it just outside the range. There we go. Will that be able to get it now? Because we definitely have charcoal. Oh, there we go. Okay, that might be what's needed, but I'm not sure. So that should start making iron. And we'll bring the toolmaker's workshop over here. Let's see, toolmaker's workshop to the other side, I think. So let's rotate it that way. So that should produce iron, and then that will eventually produce tools. We might eventually get a second charcoal burner's hut, but that should be that. So now we should be able to produce tools, although we only have 2. We should also start getting some roads here. How are we doing cider-wise? How fast are we? We seem to be getting that fast enough. We'll probably need another fish farm though. So let's add a fish farm. Fisherman's hut. Bring the road along. There we go. So we should get more fish. And that should be that. So let's see, have we made any tools? No, we've used a tool. Apparently. Did we use them for the fishery? We did. Let's see. Ah, okay, this should start to produce tools now. And this has reached 5 charcoal, so we're getting charcoal fast enough. We seem to be getting iron ore fast enough, but I'm not 100% sure. And eventually, once this reaches 100%, it should start making tools. So that's great, because tools is being a bit of a problem for us. In all of these areas, when we get to patrician level, we can start with more hemp farms and stuff like that. But before we reach before we reach patrician level, we're going to need a couple of things. So if we look in here, if we look here, we'll find that we need amusement and food. So for food we need spices, so for that we'll have to set up somewhere in the Orient, but currently we're not getting enough gold coins, so we'll have to actually make sure we're getting a large enough income here first. We can't build out here, which means that it's probably time to set up a second marketplace. So let's do that. We want to do it somewhere where we can fit a large population. So I think here is just right. Once we have tools, there we go. They come through. Let's do it quickly before someone decides they want to be a citizen. Well, actually, let's tear that down. I prefer it facing the other way. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's bring the road up here. And now we can start with some more housing. So let's add some more peasants wherever we can. Oh, go away. I want it to be relatively equal, so it just looks nicer. Can this be rotated? No, I think that other one's a bit too far forward. Let's place the house again. That one back. I'll place one there. Let's bring the road around. We can probably place another house in here. Oh no, we can't. Okay. So let's put a flower bed there for making it easier to do the road. Like so. Bring the road along there. Here.
There is a lack of company in your settlement.
Your population requires access to marketplace. Well, I've just sorted that. There you go. And let's actually add flower beds in here as well. Flower beds make it just look nice, really, but it does the job. Ooh, of also working as a way of blocking space, which is quite useful actually. Ooh. Let's just fill that in, and then bring the road around. That looks suitable. It's a bit oddly shaped, but here we have more peasants. So let's add some round and about. Let's do one there, all the way along this road, like so. This is using a lot of wood, but that's not really a problem. Let's add that there, and then we can add a chapel once we get some wood and some tools. Constantly needing tools, even though we are producing them, so we'll probably need to find another iron mine somewhere. Do we actually have access to 2 on this island? No, we don't. This is our only iron deposit, actually. So we may need to set up an island completely devoted to crafting tools, so that we can then set up a trading route between there, and we can also send, like, I don't know, tools to other places to sell them if we're making enough, I guess. But I almost doubt we'll ever be making enough tools at this rate. Everything's coal, brine. We have a lot of brine deposits actually, so if we ever need salt, that'll be useful. Probably something used at patrician level. I think there is actually a level above patrician level. Oh yeah, and all of our dudes over here are becoming citizens, so that is consuming tools. Over here we've had a fire actually, but luckily we have a carpenter and a fire station. The carpenter doesn't actually reach there, so this house we're going to have to rebuild, unfortunately, so that could end up eventually being a bit of an issue. We might actually will remove that house, because that could end up causing issues with fire spread. So we'll instead add some flower beds wherever we can. Like so. Just to block it off, make it look a bit nicer. I'll actually leave that as road, because that runs smoother. Can't really do anything about this bit, but oh well. And let's see how the tools are going now. We've got 1 tool again, and no houses over here need upgrading, I believe. So that should be everyone upgraded. So now we'll start producing tools. There's 3 now. How many do we need for the chapel again? We need 5. So that shouldn't take too long. Wood we've got to wait for, so I'll take a quick cut here to get the chapel. Is there anything else we'll need over here? We will need nothing from this section.
An enemy henchman has been seen in your settlement.
Just a carpenter and a fire station eventually, so for those we'll need to get a few things. Let's see where this henchman is. I'm expecting him to be in this area, but I'm not seeing him, so let's see if he's with the Richman. Or the rich Erman. Let's see, where is he? An enemy henchman. I think we've lost sight of him already.
Capture your enemy's spy before he can do any damage.
Yeah. That sounds like a... Oh, also I accidentally just got rid of something there. I got an achievement for playing for like 10 hours or so. I can't remember. I don't think I've played this game that long. Let's see. Can we reach achievements? Maybe in the main menu, so we might check that out at the end. But yeah, can't find the guy. I'll carry on searching for him and getting tools and stuff, and then I'll be back once I have enough to finish off this area. So guys, I'm back.
An enemy henchman has been seen in your settlement.
Another henchman. Gosh, I didn't get the last one actually. So I'm back, and I've made a few things. What is that texture there? I don't know, let's see if we can find this henchman quickly. Henchman. Is that him? Yes. Okay, I got the henchman. Okay, so, I made the fire station and the carpenter's house. Now we're gonna make the chapel. And we need it to be somewhere where our peasants can reach it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these 2 peasants' houses. I'm going to add... Ooh, not the marketplace. I'm going to add the chapel in that direction. I think there, because that fits perfectly there. Let's actually fix this road. And now the houses can advance, they have all they need. The carpenter just about doesn't reach this end house, but the fire station does, so at least it's safe. Ooh, pardon me, and we can always take it down whenever we have to. But that should be fine. So now we've got more peasants, we should start, yep, we're getting more gold coins. Houses will start advancing using our tools, but we should keep crafting them. And so I think, for today, we are done. So we set up the tool making, and we have a much more widespread area of buildings that can craft stuff. We have all of this land available, and we also set up this area for more gold. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Anno 1404 Venice. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, because it lets me know you're enjoying the videos and that you would like to maybe see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.